Hello, my name is Emma Nye, and my traditional research project was titled Comparison of Whole Body Cooling Techniques in Athletes and Military Personnel. So there's a significant amount of literature that suggests that exertional heat stroke does occur in both the military population and also the athletic population. So we know that there are people dying because they're not acclimatized to preseason football. We know that there are people dying from being transported from a ruck march to a hospital in the military because they're not properly treated. So there are a multitude of treatment options for both athletes and military personnel alike. Our standard of care for athletic trainers, our gold standard, is cold water immersion, where an athlete is submerged up to the nipple line in a large tub of ice water until their body temperature returns to baseline. In the military, the protocol involves a soldier who is demonstrating signs and symptoms of exertional heat stroke or heat exhaustion. Ice sheets are submerged in a large ice bucket, and then they're applied to the major arteries of the body, so the axilla, the groin, the head of the neck. Now there's also a new invention within the last several years, made by an athletic trainer and also EMT. It's called the Polar Life Pod. So the Polar Life Pod is essentially a huge sleeping bag that the athlete is laid down in, zipped up, and then ice water is circulated throughout the body. So I wanted to know which one of these is best. So I randomized 18 participants into the 3 treatment options. They would come in, they would get baseline measures of heart rate, blood pressure, hydration status, rating of perceived exertion. And then they would come into the heat chamber, a hot environment, walk on the treadmill until their body temperature got up to 40 degrees Celsius, and then they were cooled. So what did we find? Well, cold water immersion was almost twice as fast as the next fastest modality, which was actually ice sheets, and then the Polar Life Pod. So what does this mean for athletic trainers? Some athletic trainers have argued that cold water immersion maybe is not feasible, or they don't have the resources for it, or it's not available. The bottom line is, it has to be. Cold water immersion is the fastest cooling mechanism. As for the military, other mechanisms, like an inflatable kiddie pool, or something that can be used on a rucksack march through the hot, humid environment, should be explored. Thank you.